Hi all, welcome back. So far we saw how to create database, how to create tables, and we saw how to create 3 tables using SQL code. We created purchase, students and cost details using SQL code. Then we saw how to create revenue using SQL Server Management Studio. So while creating table purchase, we added primary key. And you might remember while creating table students or course details, we didn't added that primary key. So what is the use of primary key? That we are going to discuss in this video. So we created purchase with a field called purchase ID, student ID, course ID. And when we created our table purchase, our intention was to store purchase ID as unique. So whenever one student purchase some course, we want to enter a unique ID, just like invoice number or bank account number, a unique number for each purchase. So we created a table called purchase with the purchase ID as primary key. So this key, or if you mention a column as primary key, what will happen? You will be able to enter only unique value. So let us see what kind of value already there in this table. So if you execute select star from this table or all the column from this table, you could see we have value 1, 1, 1, 1. So if you execute or remove this part, you could see we have purchase ID 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now if you try to execute or insert one more record with any one of this value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you try to execute or insert a value with any one of this value, it should not allow. That's what we need. Means purchase ID should always unique. So just like account ID, purchase ID should be unique. So let us see what will happen if you try to insert one more record with the purchase ID 1. Let us see what will happen. We will get a error. Primary key constraint cannot be insert duplicate value. So if you make a column as primary key, it should not allow a duplicate value. So if you create a table with purchase ID or any column as primary key, what will happen? You won't be able to enter a duplicate value. You should always enter a unique value inside. So why we didn't add purchase student ID as primary key here or course ID as a primary key here? Actually it is a mistake. We should add primary key here. So let us see what will happen in this student table. Our intention was whenever a student join to our course, we need to give a unique ID for that student in order to identify. So let us see what kind of data we have already exist in this table. So if you see execute select star from this table, you could see 15 records are there. Student ID Pradesh 1, student ID 1, Pradesh is there. So if you try to insert one more record with the student ID 1, any name, maybe we will give Ram. And if you try to insert, it should not allow us to insert. So if you try to insert value into this student table, it's allowing. Actually, if you execute, you could see one more student ID is inserted. It's an error. We should not supposed to insert one more record with the student ID 1. So in order to block such kind of accidental insertion while creating table, you have to mention this table as primary key. So what we need to do? Actually, we need to drop this table. Then once you drop, you could refresh and you could see this table has been deleted from the record. Now you have to create a table called student with column student ID as primary key. And if you create, we recreated the table. So if you refresh, you could see the table student we recreated. Now if you try to execute this code, you will get a blank table. There is no record because we deleted the table and recreated. Now if you try to insert one record, what will happen? One record will be inserted to the table and you could see that record. And if you try to insert one more record with student ID and some other value, what will happen? It should not be inserted because already student ID 1 we gave to Ramu. So if you try to insert one more record with student ID 1, we should get a error value. So it giving primary key is inserting duplicate value, we should not allow. So you will be having only one record, that is Ramu. And if you want to insert one more record, you have to give some other student ID. It can be any other value other than 1. So if you execute this code, it allows us to insert because student ID 10 is not there. Now if you execute select star, you could see 2 records. Now it won't allow us to insert one more record with the student ID 10. So if you try to insert Babu with the student ID 10, it won't allow. Similarly, if you try to insert Babu with the student ID 1, it won't allow because already 1 and 10 is there. You have to give some other value. So I am going to give student ID 2. Now it's allowing to insert. Now you could see 3 records are there. One is 1 student ID 1 Ramu, second is Babu, and third is Raju. So we have to similarly remove the table called course details and we need to recreate course details with the course ID as primary key. So we have to drop and now we remove the table and we are going to recreate with the course ID as primary key. So we are going to recreate the table as primary key. You have to specify primary key and execute. Now there is no record with the course details. There is no record is there. So we will explain what is mean by top 1000 in the next video. Let's execute this code and see. There is no record. We deleted the record and we recreated. Now course details, purchase and student. These 3 tables contain primary key and that will make sure the relevant column course ID will be unique. Student table, student ID will be unique, and in purchase ID will be unique. In next video, we will see instead of using primary key, how we could use unique key to achieve the same task or almost similar task, how we could achieve by using unique key instead of using primary key. So that's all for this video. Thanks for watching.